Seriously, I feel my voice like dying right now, and I feel like I'm gonna be keeping this position for the longest time. I still wonder if you hear the springs or not. But next on the list, the art of self-defense. So another one where I went to the little indie theater near where I'm at. It's a cool little indie theater. I missed Wild Rose. I heard that was a great show or movie, but I saw the art of I saw the art of self-defense before that one because I was like Jesse Eisenberg and the trailer intrigued me. Then I started reading the reviews. I was like, oh, should I see it? But I still watched it. So let me know. I'll let you know what I think of the art of self defense. So the art of self defense, what it's about, is really Jesse Eisenberg. He has a German wiener dog. He is the quiet guy at work. He doesn't do anything wrong. He keeps to his little corner. And then one night, he has to go get dog food. And when he comes home from dog food, he gets brutally beat up by a motorcycle gang. And then all of a sudden, he walks by a dojo and he sees karate. He's like, I want a self defense. I don't want this to happen to me again. Like, literally, I do not want to be beat up. I feel lonely now. And I need to learn self defense, which is on the book. And so that's the whole story. Then it goes into this weird. Then it turns into a weird virtual virtue singling guys, I'm trying virtue single not single, it's signaling movie. Thank God, baby Jesus. Thank you, baby Jesus, for helping me say that word. So with that, but then it goes into its weird thing of like, is it toxic masculinity, which I fucking hate that saying, toxic masculinity. It's like, but I mean, they kind of force it in this movie of like, oh, this guy's like, oh, women can't be as good as me, yada, yada, yada. She'll never be a black belt. But then you're like, oh, maybe she's part of the whole story as well. But I like about this movie's different. This movie's weird, different, and I kind of dig how weird and different it is. Because then it goes into awkward positions, and it has like different themes as well of like, yeah, there's this asshole instructor who's like, he's kind of anti-female, and he says some stuff like guns are for the weak and everything like that, and how it kind of ties at the end of like, are guns for the weak when they could actually fucking destroy you, which is kind of like self-defense. Like, it's kind of like an anti but pro self-defense movie of like, you need to have self-defense in the world, and are guns bad? Are they? Question mark. Because if someone's threatening your life, I mean, like, and willing to kill you to prove a point, like, it's self-defense. Like, if the best way for me is to kill a guy is with a gun, it's kind of like the whole Indiana Jones thing of like, the guy has a whip. It's like, well, you threatened me. I'm just smarter than you at that point in time. Like, yeah, you might be able to kick my ass on a one-on-one, but I'm the one that brought a gun to a fist fight. I'm kind of spoiling the movie, maybe a little bit, but not a lot of people are probably going to watch this movie. But it's one of those movies I walked out like, I don't know if I liked it. But then I kind of thought of it as like, yeah, I kind of like this movie of how like the guy it's brutal movie though. There are some brutal scenes in this movie, and there's some dicks, and they do something with the dog. It's like a John Wick of a dog too. It's kind of disappointing, but then of course like there is some like subtle humor in this movie that I kind of dig. And the more I think about it, the more I like this movie. Let's put it that way. So the art of self-defense, it has some good humor in it, dark humor, but it does go weird at the end. But I understand why you'd go weird. I really understand why this movie progressed like it did. Like I said, was the director going for toxic masculinity? Uh-oh, my oven's beeping. I need to put my food in the oven. But I don't know. I just hate the word toxic masculinity because what does that actually mean? Like, are the people at the gym who are lifting weights, are they the toxic masculinity? Or is it toxic masculinity who think down on women? Or is it toxic masculinity who people say like, oh, if you're part of the NBA and WNBA, since you're equal, shouldn't you be in the same league? Like, is that toxic masculinity? I just hate that phrase because there's no defining definition like, feminism in the world. Like, what's the fucking saying? But anyway, the art of self-defense will receive a 3.5 out of 5 with Futons because that's 70%. So these are the critics and user scores gave this film. So for the art of self-defense, we have the critics an 83% and the users a 63%. And there's 147 critics and only 625 users. But here's critic consensus. The art of self-defense grapples the complexity with modern American masculinity and serves as an outstanding calling card for writer-director Riley Stearns. See, modern American masculinity. Jesse Eisenberg in this film got beat the shit out of him. Got the shit beat out of him. Okay? He wants to learn self-defense. Is it masculinity to want to fucking defend yourself? I mean, it's weird you say that when one of the people was a female that beat him up. So it's like, is it masculinity to have a female beat you up and other people beat you up? Like, what the fuck is toxic masculinity? I think that's my frustration of like the reviewers saying this. I don't know what the director says at all, so I can't really deny or say what. I understand what some of the things he's saying. Yeah, there are people out there that are like, I mean, there are people out there that look down on women, and I know there are people like that, and it's bullshit. They shouldn't. But saying toxic masculinity, like, please tell me what the fuck that is. Like, literally in this movie, Jesse Eisenberg wants to defend himself. Is that toxic? That he wants to buy a gun? That he wants to learn to kick the shit out of people so when he's walking down the street in the fucking dark, he doesn't feel like he's worthless? Is that toxic masculinity? No, it is not. I'm probably scaring my dog right now, but do you agree with my 70%, the 83, and the 63? Yeah. Chase out the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of Blue Futonopia, you Blue Futonians. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. And I might be like ranting a little bit, but when you make movies like this and you have critics who think they know what the movie's about, I don't know. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know, guys. The world is turning to a weird fucking place.